So, welcome to this project called Personal Expense Tracker. First of all, I want to thank the IBM members and the faculty staffs who involved in our project. So, our project is basically used to track the expenses of a user who is going to use our app. So, basically, there are some types of expenses that we have classified. They are medical, education, rent, food, travel, and also other expenses where the user can able to add those expenses and they can able to distinguish those expenses accordingly. So let's try to run this program so that we can check whether it works. So so this is our login page. So if we try to log in with an wrong Gmail ID and password without registering to our personal expense tracker website, so it will throw you an error. So let's try to log in with the wrong user ID and password. So it shows the incorrect email ID and password. So let's try to register first and then we can log into the website. So let's create a random date. So the initial amount should always be greater than 10,000 because initially we have to do some investment, right? So it should be always greater than 10,000 in our case. So let it be the random phone number and also the address. And let's try to sign up. So yeah, registered successfully. So now we are going to log in using that same email ID and the password that we have given. So this is our email ID and we are going to log in with the password that we have given in our registration form. So now after logging in, so this is our dashboard where we have the first profile, expenses, display, add balance, and if we completed all those things we can log out using this. So this is our UI where we have the details about what is the personal expense tracker and what are the services that we provide, and also we have some other expenses where the user can add if their expenses is not meeting what the services that we provide. So these are the user interface for dashboard, and there is an option called profile. In this profile the user can able to view their profile photo and also the email ID and the password if they like to wish to log in, and also the initial amount and all the data of birth that they have given in the database. So this is a random profile photo. It is not given by the user, it is automatically generated to to have some user interface, good user interface. So and then we are going to move on to the back to the dashboard. So after clicking this we are moving on to our previous web page. So now we can view these expenses. So this is an expenses web page where the user can able to track their amounts accordingly. So initially the balance is 10,000 and the credit is also the 10,000. So credit is basically nothing but the amount is going to be added whenever the user is going to add some amounts. It will be automatically incremented so that the user can able to check how much money they have invested in this website, and the balance amount is 10,000, right? So now we are going to give some amount. Initially I'm going to give some 1,000 rupees for the medical expenses, and if I try to submit this, yeah, so now the expenses has been updated successfully. So the medical expenses here we have 1,000, right? Because we have given 1,000 from the user and the 1,000 has been stored in this medical expenses. So the remaining one is 9,000. So this total expense is basically nothing but the total amount of expenses that they have made. So it is going to be automatically incremented. So, and also we have a SendGrid process here. So SendGrid API is basically is going to send an email to our email ID. So let's go to our email ID so that I can check whether the mail has been received or not. Yeah, so here this SendGrid has basically sent an email of amount 9,000, which is our current balance right now. So and then we can add some more expenses so that we can check whether it works or not. So let us include 1,000 rupees, sorry, 2,000 rupees. Let us include like that, and let us add it education. Let's try to submit this. So now it has been updated successfully. So now the education has 2,000, right? So after adding this 1,000 and 2,000, it gives the expenses of 3,000, and the balance is 7,000 because initially we have invested 10,000, right? So the balance is 10,000 minus 3,000, which gives 7,000. And also the credit will not be incremented because it is going to be incremented only if we add the balance. So it will be remaining as it is since we have not added. So let's check whether we have received this mail or not. So let's go, and yeah, we have received a message. So your balance is 7,000. So this is how the SendGrid works. So and then we can move to the back, so that we again move to our move back to our dashboard. So now we have a display button here. So display is basically nothing but it is going to track our expenses in sort of a progress bar. So for each and every progress, the amount that we add from our balance, so it is going to track our expenses. So basically this expenses is around 30%. So how it has 30%? Initially we are given the initial amount of 10,000, right? So from that 10,000 we have spent 1,000 on medical and 2,000 on education, so which gives around 3,000, right? So 10,000 minus the 7,000, which gives, I mean 10,000 minus 3,000, which gives the 7,000, right? 7,000 is the 70%, and the remaining 30% we have spent on expense. So that's how it works. So if we try to reduce some more money, so now the user interface shows in an yellow range because it is in a medium range, right? So let's try to decrease some more expenses, like around 5,000 for let me add in travel. And if we try to submit this, so now it has been updated successfully, and we got the balance of 2,000, right? So now let me check in the display icon. So here it shows in a red range, right? Because we are using more money in the expenses, and we are spending more money than the amount that we credited. So that's why it shows 80%, and also the balance is also the 20%, because it is showing in a red color because we are spending too much of money than we initially add. So then we can also add the balance. So now we can see here, so initially our credited amount is 10,000. So now we can add some more amount so that we can add more money, and we can also get those money whenever we need. So let me add around 10,000 and let me submit this. So now the amount has been successfully credited. So if we move back to our dashboard, and if we try to see in this, both the expenses and display both shows the same. So let's first see the expenses. So now we got the 20,000 because initially we credited 10,000, right? Now we credited some more amount like 10,000, and it added and it shows 20,000. And also the percentage will also vary, right? So now the percentage has been increased in this balance. And also we can verify in this also, so that we can check with how much is the balance, and how much is the balance and how much is the expense amount. We can able to see that things. So these are all the features that we have added, and also we can log out using this logout icon, and yeah, so it moves to the login page. So this is our personal expense tracker, and thank you.